Welcome back to Front Porch Prague, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're going to be talking about the top 12 songs of 1968. And we're going to start with number 12, and that is Groovin' Is Easy by the Electric Flag. So this song shows you how soul and brass could be injected into heavy psychedelic rock. You have like searing guitar work, you have this explosive drum sound, and the track just, it refuses to stay in a simple blues groove. There's a lot of shifting between the horn arrangements and the tempos. I love the way that it bridges the gap between like American R&B and sort of a heavier rock sound, but you have that brass, all those horns. I love that. And it would pave the way, I think, for early progressive fusion. So this song is just one, and the groove of it's just so good. Groovin' is easy. It is a groovy song, and I love the lyrics to it about freedom. And it's definitely one that I feel has influenced progressive fusion. So coming in at number 11 is Camellia is Changing by the Chameleon Church. This one is sort of a deep cut from a short-lived Boston group featuring Chevy Chase. Yes, Chevy Chase from Saturday Night Live fame. He was a drummer. And this song is very lush. It's sort of a chamber psych song. It blends like these delicate vocal harmonies, Baroque organ. It has these structural shifts in it that elevates it well beyond the standard pop tune. It's a beautiful, melancholic piece. It showcases how sort of underground American bands were beginning to experiment with classical dynamics and this atmospheric storytelling in psychedelic music at the time. Coming in at number 10, Tribal Gathering by the Byrds. I love the Byrds, and the Notorious Byrd Brothers proves just how far ahead in their time the Byrds really were. It's just under 3 minutes, and you got David Crosby and Roger McGuinn, and they packed an incredible amount of complexity into this, switching between a breezy sort of jazz tempo in 5/4 time and a driving rock groove. It's ethereal vocal harmonies, the brass accents. It stands as one of the earliest and most successful blends of folk rock, jazz, and sort of progressive experimentation, I believe. Coming in at number 9 is While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles. George Harrison's masterpiece from the White Album, I believe. And this brought this heavy, brooding sophistication. It elevated the track into its very legendary weeping guitar solo. It has a driving bass line, some subtle grand piano work. It's dark descending chord progression. And to me, it just sort of showed the world that rock could move beyond this simple pop structure. It's deeply emotional, cinematic, and very technically demanding, but it's a very simple chord progression. I love it very much. Coming in at number 8 is The Smell of Incense by the West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band. So this song takes us into sort of a darker, more avant-garde sound. It's very hypnotic, fuzz-laden guitar work. You got the organ, the exotic hand percussion rhythms. It builds this sort of dense claustrophobic atmosphere. It's sort of a trance-like structure, but it serves to me as a prime example of how acid rock was laying the groundwork for atmospheric space prog. So, when you're getting into stuff like Hawkwind and Tangerine Dream, things like that. Smell of Incense, very great song. You need to listen to it. Coming in at number 7 is Shine On Brightly by the Procol Harum. This is just sheer majesty of early symphonic rock. I mean, soul-stirring vocals, the piano with that Hammond organ. You know, this song feels like a rock band inside a Gothic cathedral or something. I love the guitar solo. It gives the track grit. It's sort of a classical counterpoint for a heavy power rock song, and it proves that classical music and rock could collide together and create something really cool. Coming in at number 6 is In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida by the Iron Butterfly. I actually saw them perform this live. Very cool song. It takes up one side of the vinyl on the record, and it took the world by storm. Hypnotic descending bass line. You got that organ solo, Ron Bushy's uninterrupted drum solo. I met him. He signed a shirt for me. Very cool guy. But, you know, this extended jam, they would go for a while, you know, live. But even on the album, you know, it was a 15, 20 minutes. You do not want the edited version of this song. You want the one with that long drum solo. This would define progressive rock through an entire decade. A lot of people don't consider Iron Butterfly to be progressive rock, but they're wrong. Definitely this one, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Coming in at number 5 is Time of the Season by the Zombies. Okay, everybody knows this song. It's been on so many commercials and films and all this. Very popular. But this is, you know, it shows space and rhythm and vocal arrangements built around a sparse, infectious sort of bass line. You've got the pop sensibility and sort of a jazz-inflected sophistication built all into one. And, you know, Argent's organ solo alone, you know, effortlessly sort of weaves in and out of the track. It stands as one of the most iconic keyboard performances in rock history. So you've just got to, if you've never heard Time of the Season, you've been living under a rock. This is the pop sensibility of this song is not all of what this song's about. I mean, it's a very complex arrangement of sound as well. And so you know what, you know, I say makes magic, and that is accessibility and complexity put together. When you can take complexity and make something accessible out of it, that creates magic. That's what you have here with Time of the Season. Coming in at number 4 is Remember a Day by Pink Floyd. This is a Rick Wright song, and this sort of showcases the softer, more impressionistic side of Pink Floyd, their early work. You have the dreamy piano and the delicate vocals, and it's elevated by Syd Barrett's slide guitar, which sort of drifts over the mix in an eerie, haunting way. It captures the band in transition, moving away from this whimsical psychedelic pop of 1967 toward more of a expansive space rock that would define their legacy for quite some time afterwards. Coming in at number 3, The House at Poonell Corners by the Jefferson Airplane. This is the apocalyptic closing track to Crown of Creation album. It's one of the heaviest, most aggressive pieces of psychedelic rock ever recorded. And you've got Jack Cassidy's sort of earth-shaking, distorted bass leading this song. I love Jack Cassidy's bass sound. I love that distorted bass. Paul Kantner and Grace Slick's dual vocals. They're singing of nuclear devastation over this chaotic wall of feedback and guitar noise. It's dark, it's complex, it's uncompromising, it's pushing the boundaries of how heavy a rock band could sound in 1968. Coming in at number 2 is Legend of a Mind by the Moody Blues. So this epic tribute to Timothy Leary is the beating heart of In Search of a Lost Chord. It's driven by this rich mellotron swell, the vocal harmonies, this sprawling flute solo that sort of guides through the entire song. It's a full-blown journey through mind and sound. It embodies the precise moment where psychedelia transformed into cinematic, symphonic prog music. And speaking of prog, next and number one is Ars Longa Vita Brevis by The Nice. Taking the number one spot. This is the ultimate grand statement of early progressive rock, Ars Longa Vita Brevis by The Nice, spanning nearly 20 minutes across 4 distinct movements, featuring a full orchestral suite, alongside Keith Emerson's Hammond organ virtuosity. I mean, this track literally wrote the blueprint for symphonic rock. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's got jazz improvisation, it's got the rock energy. It just declared to the world that rock music could be ambitious, complex, and as profound as classical music itself. I've bragged about this song in other videos. You guys know how much I love The Nice, and this is it, the number one song of 1968. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, share this video, and subscribe. Until next time, you guys take care.